we've already kind of done some informal introductions. I do have Huguette Perdomo with me. She's our partner success team director. And I'm Tom Locke, the senior director for enterprise. And today, as Kathleen said, we're here to talk a little bit about SEO, really the April promotion and more. So how we're supporting, the product and our partners, and some of the exciting things around the April promotion. So the agenda I kind of packed into this original screen, which is really the promotion, and then how to build an effective alpha SEO campaign in conjunction with that promotion. Some partner incentives that are available for all of our partners that are either with us today or coming in new, and then extras we do for partner support. So just for those of you who may not have had experience with us yet, Alpha SEO is a holistic, kind of full service SEO provider. We're one of the largest white labeled SEO providers in the world. We are actually the largest SEO provider within the Vendasta platform, as well as the largest vendor in general on the Vendasta platform. So we've had a tremendous amount of success, and we really kind of attribute that to certainly the value in our product and performance, the ability to help agencies scale their SEO opportunity, and certainly the people that provide the support and service to our partners. So that's a little overview of who we are and what we do. And I'll jump into kind of the April promotion, which is the exciting stuff we wanted to talk about. So the deliverables this month, or for any order ordered this month, we are doubling for the next 6 months, meaning if it is ordered during April, we are going to be doubling the work associated with the keywords and the geographies that you choose. And that will be doubled for the first 6 months of the campaign. And that is for all new campaigns. So if you're already running existing campaigns, it doesn't affect those or any additional add-ons to those. But for all newly started campaigns, this is our promotion for April. So it's a great time to get acquainted with Alpha SEO. And if you're not already doing campaigns with us, to jump in and let us help you get your clients off to a very fast start with their SEO campaigns for 2022. It's pretty exciting. You can imagine that it's a very power-packed product as it is. There's a tremendous amount, I always like to say, 10 pounds in a 5-pound bag of value. And so our pricing is extremely affordable at the agency level. And we deliver a tremendous amount of punch for the budgeting available. So with all that said, this applies to all of the deliverables. So the add-ons and the power boosts, including enterprise power boosts. And for those of you who may not be familiar, again, with our full packaging, the add-ons include extra keyword packages or extra geographies. The Power Boost is something that already kind of doubles the work of what we call the base plan. And then the Enterprise Power Boost is some advanced deliverables that through our AI platform and some advanced techniques, we kind of supercharge the deliverables for the campaign. So a great time, as I said, to get acquainted with Alpha SEO and get some campaigns started. And you will reap the benefits from the orders this April all the way through the first 6 months, and your clients will enjoy, a fast start and a very strong campaign. Once you have placed the order, the promotion automatically kicks in. There's nothing you need to do within the order process. You will get double the deliverables over the first 6 months. So you'll see in our order, our order confirmation of what your order is, you'll see the deliverables, and you will get double of what the normal packaging for those is. And that's as long as the campaign remains active. So obviously, if it cancels in month 4, month 5 and 6, month 5, 6 would not be, something that would be delivered as you would imagine. So they have to be active the full 6 months to receive the full 6 months value. But month to month, we will be delivering double those deliverables. And when I talk about the deliverables, just to keep in mind that we have some that are monthly deliverables, and then we have some that are delivered over the course of 6 months. So for our links, the links are something that we do on a monthly basis, so they would be doubled every month. And then things like content, the number of pieces of content would be doubled, as well as the on-page edits that we do. So the number of pages that we would do on-page code or edits for would be doubled, and that's over the course of the 6 months. So normally if you would get 5 pages, you will get 10 pages over the course of 6 months. If you would normally get 1 piece of content, you'll get 2 pieces of content over the course of 6 months. Getting a little bit more detailed than the slide is, since I know that not everybody on the call may be as familiar with our packaging. So just wanted to make sure you understood that it is around all the deliverables that we do provide. If you've already placed an April order, that's automatically going to be taken care of for you. There's nothing further required from you. If you did take advantage of our March promotion and you happen to place that order on April 1st, the April 1st promotion will be the one that is in place. So this would really pick up with the orders after the March promotion, because we did allow that to go through the Friday, April 1st. So this would be any orders once that promotion ended. Anything else that has come in April, we will make sure it gets on the double deliverable schedule. So that's a great segue into how to build an effective program, because if we're doubling the deliverables, it's really important to remember that for your client to have long-term success, we want to make sure that we aren't reducing what you would buy as the appropriate program in anticipation or hopes of, hey, doubling it will make it strong enough for them to compete in the marketplace. If you do that, you run the risk of having that campaign underperform over the long term, because after 6 months, it would not have enough work associated with the campaign to be performing based on the market demands for that. So building the right program is still the key piece of setting up a good experience for your clients. And the easiest way and fastest way to do that is using our automated pricing tool. Maybe you could drop the link to our product page and the pricing tool into the chat for anyone who might want to copy that down. And I'll kind of walk through the parameters here. So as you're getting into the tool, it'll ask you for information such as the geography you're targeting and the vertical. And those are obviously the keys to developing the market campaign for the SEO program for your client. So there are things to consider as you're doing that. The algorithms that are within our tool will help you do this, and it will make a recommendation based on how large the geography is you're going after. Is it a competitive vertical? So all those things are automated, but these are some good things to keep in mind. And so the verticals that you see that are displayed here, these verticals should always have at least one power boost. And if you're using our automated tool, it will do that for you. If you're doing this on your own, kind of on the fly in the field, then you'll need to remember that if you're doing a competitive vertical, such as dentists, lawyers, real estate, insurance, travel, all the ones that you see on the screen here, you might be looking at it saying, wow, that's a lot of them. But when we look at this is less than half of the types of campaigns that come in through the Vendasta platform today. So there are several these are the categories that do require that power boost for additional boost to break through the competition. But there are certainly many that don't. And again, the automated tool is a great way for this to think for you, but this is something you should know as you're building, as I said, on the fly as well. So if it is a competitive geo, then a vertical, you're going to want to add that for faster and better rankings. For densely populated geographies, they're considered major metros, and they should have their own power boost to battle the competition as well, as it says here on the slide. So just something to keep in mind as you're going through the larger the metropolitan area that you're going after, cities and towns that you would consider to be major cities and towns would need a power boost. If they're hyper local or rural, or they're not as competitive in their vertical, meaning the vertical itself isn't competitive, then the base plan can be a fine campaign for that client. So it's just a matter of understanding the competitive environment and choosing the right program. So with that said, I shouldn't use the spinning wheel. It goes too fast. There we go. I'll just use the up and down button. So in building your program, these are the things to consider. When you start with your base package, you'll select the Alpha SEO full service package. And that's that base plan that I talked about. That's for that hyperlocal campaign, single town, non-competitive vertical, that they can kind of just be kind of the mayor of their town for their business. And that's what we're aiming for with that base package. So then when you look at, is the client focusing on a major vertical or a major geo, what we just talked about before is adding on that power boost. So if they both have a major vertical and a major geo, you may consider the enterprise power boost and use that as opposed to the regular power boost, because you now have a competitive geography as well as a competitive vertical to break through that competitive ceiling. So again, these are tips as you're building out your plans. If you need an additional location, you just add an extra geo on when you're in the ordering process. And again, if that's another highly competitive geography or major vertical, you're going to want to add a power boost with that one as well. And if you need more keywords, we do get 7 keywords at a time for our keyword packages. And it's important to remember that the 7 keywords are going to be the main keywords for the category. But once we start optimizing for those 7 keywords, you're going to get the benefit of the work that's being done is going to start powering what we call halo keywords or secondary keywords. Actually, in our dashboard, they're referred to as secondary keywords. And you'll see a lot of those related terms that are also going to start ranking for your client. So unlike PPC, where you have to target every specific term on an exact keyword match, once you get these themes started with SEO, you're going to see many keywords start to rise in the ranking and gain that, move from 5th page to 3rd to 1st and start generating traffic for your clients. So that keyword selection process is important, and we can do as many topics as you need to for the objectives of your client. Okay, so the next, can you hear me? It looks like I'm frozen here. It's not advancing the slide.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Let me see why we're not. Okay, it's not responding very well here. So once you've got your campaign kicked off and you are through the onboarding process, which is something Huguette can talk a little bit more about at towards the end of the presentation. We have a team that helps through onboarding. But once you're underway, there's a couple of extra benefits and value that we bring to the table for our partners. Once you have 7 campaigns or 7 specific clients that are doing campaigns with Alpha SEO, we will do a free campaign for your digital agency. So that's something that as you build up your SEO with us, we're going to kind of give back to you and help you market your own business as well. For each of your clients that comes on board, once they hit the 6-month mark, they're going to get an extra 2 bonus keywords. So that's at no charge, no additional charge to the campaign. They'll get an additional 2 for every base plan, and then 1 for every bonus or additional add-on that they have. So 1 bonus keyword for every additional add-on. So as you build your program, you could be earning from 2 up to 3, 4, 5, 6 additional bonus keywords every 6 months for your clients. And why that's so important to you as a provider is that SEO is one of those things that if they want to expand into another geography or if they want to add additional keywords, normally that's an increase in cost. And we all know how much our clients like to hear that we need to increase budget. So this is a way for us to help you increase the value without increasing budget. And that helps to anchor these clients and help make SEO even stickier as a product. So we're helping, this is a client kind of retention initiative where it's helping you prove additional value and continue to add value ongoing through the life of the campaign, so that you can have conversations month 4 or 5 when you're reviewing performance and say, hey, just remember, we've got 2 additional keywords that are coming up in month 6. That's only 6 weeks from now. We should start thinking about what revenue streams do we want to work on for those next 2. So instead of them looking at their bill every month, they're looking at performance and future opportunity. And I think that'll serve everyone really well. It's been a phenomenally successful program since it was rolled out a little over a year ago. Okay, let's see if we can get this to switch to the next slide again. Okay, so this is something that's new. So you're the first to hear of this, but we have some top tier partner perks that we're rolling out. And this is based on the amount of units. And as you just kind of heard, that the base plan would be considered a unit. Each one of the add-ons would be considered a unit. So as you build up numbers of campaigns and numbers of total units that you have active with Alpha SEO, we're going to start giving you free benefits from that you can kind of use at your discretion. So the partner, once you hit 25 units or 50 units or 100 plus units, you'll be able to choose from either free SEO accounts, meaning a free base plan for a client that you want to start up, extra link packages that you can say, if let's say you have an active campaign and you know they're coming into their busy season and you want to juice the performance for them, you could say, hey, do another link package for this client for me this month at no charge, and we'll do that. You can use these internal pages, sometimes multi-location campaigns if they need location pages, internal pages. We can do some internal page optimization for those at no extra charge. So again, this is something that as you build up additional volume with Alpha SEO, that it unlocks certain benefits for you to use as you see best within your campaigns or for new campaigns. And just to keep in mind that you can pass that benefit on to the client, or in the case of the free SEO account, if you were to do a free SEO base plan for one of your clients, you could use that as a margin tool for you, as opposed to passing that benefit to the end client. You could still charge the normal pricing, knowing that you're getting a free unit in there, therefore moving up your margin for that package. So lots of great ways to benefit your agency as well as your clients through these programs. Trying to move through these slides with you so that we have time for questions and answers at the end. We can always double back to anything that you might want to cover in more depth, and we can move from there. But there is time for Q&A at the end. The extras that we do for our partners through support is something that I think kind of differentiates us and really gives you great control over the conversations that you're having with your clients on an ongoing basis. The automated proposal option we've already talked about. You'll normally receive that in under 20 minutes. So the tool on the product page is instantaneous. Once you enter in the different data points for geography and vertical, it's going to immediately give you a pricing package. You can then click on the generate proposal, and it will actually within 20 minutes send you a full proposal with your that's white labeled for you with your logo and information on that proposal. So within 20 minutes, you can have a proposal to present to a potential client. And then we also do have, it's not on the slide, but we also have a custom proposal tool for national campaigns or complicated or complex campaigns that you want some help developing what is actually needed to compete in the marketplace. And there's a custom proposal tool. It's on that same page that's available that you can click through, for national campaigns and larger or more complex campaigns. And normally we'll have those to you within 24 to 48 hours. And we do a little bit more of a deeper dive and analysis to pull those together for you. We have a monthly white labeled detailed newsletter that comes out every month. If you're not seeing that today, that's definitely something to take advantage of. It's great fodder for your blog if you have a blog on your agency site. It's all things kind of Google and digital marketing. So it's not just SEO. There's all types of relevant and current topics, whether it's Google updates or just new trends within digital marketing that we're producing on a monthly basis. So you can grab the different articles that are in there and use those in your blogging and keep the content on your site fresh as well. We also have a quarterly AI SEO performance report, and that comes out every 90 days. So depending upon when your campaign is activated for a specific client, in 90 days, you'll get your first one, and then it'll be every 90 days thereafter. So it doesn't come out on a specific, it doesn't come out like January 1 and then April 1, so on and so forth. When we say quarterly, it's just every 90 days. So just keep that in mind, but you should be receiving these reports for every client. And it's going to give you highlights of all the things that are going well with the campaign. So there's probably 50 different KPIs that we pull from. and it takes the top maybe, anywhere from 4 to 12 and puts them on a single page to help you with your performance conversations and maybe your quarterly meetings with your clients. So a fantastic tool to really kind of boil down all of the different metrics to some of the greatest success stories of the campaign for you to talk clearly with your clients about. There's also multiple layers of partner support. I'll go quickly through that because somebody might want to go on mute. I think you're coming through the audio. There's multiple layers of partner support. I'm going to go quickly through that because I'm going to turn it over to Huguette here in a moment. And she's going to talk about that as well as the Alpha Support Partner Success Managers that can join calls, not only with you to help brainstorm on all types of opportunities with SEO, but also to join client-facing calls. So we have our local staff here that is ready to go. Our partner success team can help with all of that. And then we have a tremendous amount of support through our knowledge center, including training videos and white labeled reports for you to use, including case studies and such. So Huguette, I'm gonna, I believe in the next slide, turn it over to you if I can get it over to the next slide without going too far. Here we go. So Huguette, go ahead and take it over.
Yes, so to expand a little bit more on the different channels that we have for support, if this is the first time that you're working with Alpha, the first thing we do and we like to do is offer an onboarding meeting. And this onboarding meeting is really great to guide you on what we need to get started. And this will be sort of the same process for any accounts that you bring in moving forward. That way you know the process already and you just can get your clients onboarded fairly quickly. So there's different layers of support. The first thing we also do whenever you bring an account in is we'll assign a project manager to that account. And that project manager will be that day-to-day contact. They will be coordinating with the different teams that we have internally, including the editors, the developers, our partner success managers, the listings team. So they are really that main contact on a day-to-day. They will also be sending you anything that requires approvals and working out any access information in order for us to get started on the work. And if you have any questions about the performance or you need any type of support related to one of your campaigns, the project manager is also going to be that main point of contact. Now, the Partner Success Manager is a growing team that we have. So aside from that onboarding meeting where you get to meet them for the first time, you'll have their contact information. They will be a good resource also if you want to do a monthly checkup and sort of go through the success of your campaigns, discuss any strategy, any upcoming clients that you have, any proposals that you need to talk about. They are a great resource for that. And whenever you need to get on a call, they can also schedule that. Something new that we're offering for new partners is after the onboarding call, we'll do a 30-day checkup with you. And that will be very helpful to go through that first report. And also because we've been already receiving data on our dashboard, we can give you a tour of the dashboard and just give you data points that you can use with your clients to keep them engaged and keep them happy with the long-term relationship that is SEO. Other support channels, like Tom already mentioned, we have the automated proposal tool. We also have the custom proposals on our websites for anything that is like a national campaign or an e-commerce campaign that you want a little bit more detail. And we have a high-level ticket system. So if you ever need to reach out to us, you can use the support email, support@alphaseopros.com, and I'll paste it in a minute. So you can reach out to that email. It will go to the ticket system, and from there's actual people behind that ticket system. It's not an automated response where you have to go through 1,000 hoops to get an answer. So there's somebody behind that ticket system that will be assigned to your question, and they will get back to you. We also have the Knowledge Center. So in the Knowledge Center, there's information about the new promo, anything that we announce. There's common questions, information about access, just common questions that we get, and we're constantly adding information in there. You can find that on the website. And then, as as mentioned, Tom mentioned, the Vendasta product page also has a lot of this information, the automated tool, and any white label material that we have, like case studies, can also be found on the Vendasta product page and on our website. Okay, so I'll paste the links in a minute. And Tom, I think you can continue.
Great. So this just kind of reinforces what Huguette just talked about. So the Alpha SEO resources that are available for you, most are duplicated within the Vendasta environment, but then they're also on our resource center on our website. So these are the URLs, for the support for the knowledge base, as well as for our support at alphaseopros.com, which is how you would initiate a ticket on a question, on a campaign, or any need you might have. And I think those are the pieces that Huguette is dropping now into the chat. And then the final thing is just to kind of open it up to questions that you might have. I'm going to come back to, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and come back to the meeting, and so I can see everybody's face again. But if there's any questions that you have on anything we went over, we can cover that. If I need to pull the slides back up, I may have Huguette do it since mine wasn't functioning all that great. But we can certainly talk through any questions you might have.